Welcome, one and all, to day one of 31 Nights of Horror. Tonight we'll be discussing the 2018 movie Primal Rage, which I found on Amazon Prime. By no means would I say that this was a good movie, but it was far more entertaining than most Big Feet, Sasquatch, whatever movies that you will find. For a wandering through the woods type of movie. It had amazing cinematography. The story was a little on the meaty side, but for the most part, it was a good, there's a monster chasing us, and we need to get away kind of movie. It was directed by Patrick McGee. I didn't see it written by credit, in the credits or on the Amazon flash page. But what I do want to address immediately is the effects, because the effects in this movie were phenomenal, from the kills to the creatures. Fucking phenomenal. So, let's see. The key artists were Kazuku Kitano, and I apologize if I murdered these names, John Wrightson, Mindy Pedrick, Michelle Nairi. The fabrication artists were Vanessa Lee and Frederick Frale. The foam latex technician was Mark Vanelio. Yeah, I think I got that right. The mechanical design was done by Peter Weir Clark and Lars Jangard. And then the visual lab crew was, this is a long list, but I want to mention all of these names because they all had a part in some of the best looking Bigfoot special effects I've ever seen. So the lab crew was Michelle Miller, Carrie Hash, Scotty Fields, Laura Leifring, Sabrina Wilson, Karen Giron, Elena Parkhurst, Jack Furman, Mike Nahara, and Tokiko Inoue. Excellent name. The visual effects supervisor was Mitch Gates. So before I get in on any more of what the story is and what have you, I just want to, without a doubt, best looking, most unique Sasquatch creature I've seen in years. We're not talking about a suburban Sasquatch here. The effects were great. When the Sasquatch was next to a normal-sized human, it looked gigantic. Again, cinematography was great in these woods. Fucking beautiful. I absolutely love the depiction of Sasquatch in this movie, and they refer to it as Oma in the movie. There's a lot of Native American lore that they build into the script. As far as how accurate it is, I have no clue. But until the very end, they keep the Sasquatch, they keep the monster hidden. They keep it in the shadows for the most part. Old Squatchy here is unique as hell. It uses tools, it can build fire, it uses a bow and arrow, which, when it first happened, when I'm watching the damn thing, and fucking Sasquatch shoots a dude with a arrow through his neck, phenomenal effect, but really, Sasquatch has a bow and arrow, motherfucker, you know? So that kind of brought me into the movie more, because I was expecting less of what I ended up getting, which is pretty cool. Um, it also utilizes tree bark as camo, um, to camouflage itself in the woods. And the very first reveal, you see a couple shots of hands behind trees as it's stalking our main characters. But the first real reveal is the characters walking through this beautiful, looked like, I believe it was all shot in upstate California, Willow Creek and all of those areas. But our main two characters, they walk through this beautiful, just wide angle shot, and there's a log sitting up on top of this other tree. And as they walk through, the log moves, and you realize it's a fucking monster. And it's a far away enough shot that they don't give too much, but you can see the tree. Oh, fucking excellent reveal. Really, really good reveal. The story is kind of lacking. Husband and wife get lost in the woods. To get out, they run into a hunting party that very much seems like, and I believe they want you to think, is going to rape them. But it never gets that far. Heroine and hero are essentially naked in the woods. And the hunting party is just treating them like shit. For no real reason. There's not a lot of background as to why they're treating these two people as lower than them, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's a walking through the woods, people die movie. So if you're looking for a great plot there, you're in the wrong fucking genre. All of the kills, once the kills get going, are pretty fucking impressive. I will say it's a slow movie. It's a slow burn movie. It's not by any means Saw level of gore, but the gore you get is really good. The arrows through the neck, dude's head gets squished at one point. I believe head gets ripped in half. The gore was really good. It was intense, but not over the top. It wasn't gore. There was a scene where the Bigfoot kills a bunch of the hunting party and then kidnaps the female protagonist, takes her back to its cave. And there's a scene where he starts ripping her shirt off, and it doesn't get into a full-on Bigfoot rapes this woman scene, but it gets pretty close. And I'm glad they didn't go any further, because it would have just made it tacky. It would have made it really but I don't get the sense that was what they were going for. It was more of a "you're my treasure now" kind of a thing, as opposed to "now give me some, we're gonna have squatchy babies." So that was really the only part of the movie that I was like, don't go there, please don't go there, please don't go there. And they didn't, so that works. Again, the cinematography great, the visual effects phenomenal. If you have Amazon Prime, it's free to watch. It's again called Primal Rage, made in 2018. I don't want to spoil too much, because the ending is damn good and unexpected. It does get kind of Predator towards the end there, where it's the husband fighting the Oma, and he gets covered in mud. Doesn't do anything. The Sasquatch can still see him. So, but there are a couple shots I was like, they took that straight from fucking Predator. But other than that, pretty good. Again, though, the depiction of the Sasquatch, excellent look, a look that's unique that I haven't seen before, and then its use of tree bark to camouflage itself. And he wears like a tree bark mask, which is almost even more disturbing than its actual face. Its face is, they did a good job with it, but when it's got that tree bark on with the eye slits, oh man, really fucking good. So, yeah, my rating system is how many out of 5 burritos would I give this movie? I would go ahead and give this a 4 out of 5 burritos because it was surprisingly good when I was expecting crap. I went into it expecting a higher end suburban Sasquatch, but what I got was a pretty good monster movie with some twists to it. When you realize that fucking Bigfoot's using bow and arrow and can make fire, pretty impressive, actually. So 4 out of 5 burritos just because it exceeded my expectations as to what it would be. You go into a Bigfoot film, you should not have high expectations. But this one was pretty good. And ending, excellent ending. Again, I don't want to fucking ruin it. I don't want to spoil really any of this movie because it is worth watching. So, yeah, if you're wondering what should I watch tonight, and you got no plans and you got Amazon Prime, Primal Rage from 2018. Definitely worth a watch. Again, slow burn, excellent effects, decent ending. Can't really ask for more than that. They probably could have done another rewrite on the script and tightened it up a little bit because there's a lot of scenes that are just filler, not there for any real reason, but for the most part, it moves relatively swiftly for its slow burn feel. I don't even think that makes any damn sense. But for night 1 of 31 Nights of Horror, this was a good pick. Just happened upon it. Hit play and was like, fuck it, let's see what we got. Definitely worth watching, if just for the depiction of Bigfoot, or Oma, as they refer to it. And the gore, again, intense, but not constant. So it's decent. There's some sexuality, but no flat-out nudity. I would say it's probably rated R. Honestly, don't know what it's rated, but I imagine this would be a decent movie for a teenager to watch. Nothing too horrible in there. Oh, did I mention the witch? There's a witch, and the fucking makeup on this witch is phenomenal. At some points it looks campy, and you're like, yeah, okay, I see what you're trying to go for there, but when I looked up and there was this fucking witch sewing up this dude's buckshot arm, it's like, god damn, what the hell? It's all over the place. But again, worth watching. Night 1 of 31 Nights of Horror. Come back tomorrow, see what we got.